Welcome everyone. Here in this class we will start with a new topic, that is respiration. We have finished with the previous topic, that is molecular basis of inheritance. Now we will start with the new topic here, that is respiration. I think all of you have heard this word respiration. In 10th class you had one big chapter, total whole chapter based on respiration. So, what is respiration, what is cellular respiration, what is gaseous exchange, the pathway of respiration, everything you have studied in your 10th class. So, now in this lesson we will be studying about respiration in plants, how respiration will take place, not just in plants, how respiration, what is the in detail process we will be studying. In detail respiration process will be studying, how energy will be released, that is what are the different types of respiration, what are the different steps which happens in respiration. So, and what is the energy sheet, how much of energy is produced, everything will be studied in this lesson. So, let us start with this lesson, respiration. Here respiration, in this will when I say that the food, where here what happens is, where we are living organisms, we all are living organisms, and we do, that is various metabolic processes will be taking place in our body. Okay. And in order to carry out those metabolic processes which takes place in our body, we need energy. Apart from carrying out those metabolic activities, we all do other activities as well. Okay. So, we walk, we run, we cook, we do many activities, and for doing all those activities we require energy. We require energy. Now, I will be saying you this breathing, the process of breathing is related to the process of release of energy. We said that energy is utilized, energy is required in order to do work, any sort of work, be it whatever you will be doing right now, writing or reading or something, playing, moving here and there, any sort of work which that is in our surroundings which we do, all that work will require energy. Even when our body is also carrying out various work, it is also doing various work, it is performing the process of circulation, it is performing the process of digestion, it is performing the process of excretion, all these metabolic activities are taking place in our body. Okay. So, whatever activities which we do in our surroundings and which takes place in our body. So, all those activities requires energy, all the activities require energy. So, where do we get all this energy from? So, this process of getting energy and breathing, the energy and this process of breathing, both of them are very much related with each other. Now, tell me, when we breathe, how we will get the energy? Both this process are interrelated, this process of release of energy and this breathing. Here the process of release of energy from the food which we eat and this breathing, both this process are interrelated with each other. How they are interrelated with each other? The food which we take, gets oxidized. The food which we take gets oxidized. Here what happens is, when we take the food material in our body, the body will digest the food material. The body will digest the food material. That food material will be oxidized, that is, oxygen is added to that food material. The food material will be oxidized. When the food material is oxidized, then we will get the energy. Here, when we will be getting the energy, when the food which we eat, when it is digested, then it gets mixed with the oxygen. The food material, the digested food material, it gets mixed with the oxygen. So, when it gets mixed with the oxygen, then only we will be getting the energy. So, simply if you eat and if you doesn't breathe, then we won't be getting any energy. even after you eat the food material. If breathing is not taking place, then no energy will be getting. Okay, survival is not there, but here breathing, that is energy, we won't be getting. And when we doesn't get the energy, the organisms cannot survive. The organisms cannot survive. Food we have taken now. Food we have taken, then we should have got the energy. Then why we are not getting the energy even after getting the food material? We will only get energy. So whatever food material which we have eaten, from that food material we will get the energy only and only when that food material is mixed with oxygen. And how oxygen is taken? By breathing. We take oxygen by breathing. When we breathe now, we inhale oxygen and exhale carbon dioxide. So what is breathing? Breathing is a process in which we take air inside and release. That is that breathing is a process in which we that is intake and exhale. Inhalation and exhalation of air take place. So if in general, breathing is a process in which we inhale oxygen and exhale carbon dioxide. This we all know. This is the basic thing. So when we say breathing, breathing is just nothing but taking in of oxygen, that is inhalation of oxygen, and exhalation of carbon dioxide, that is release of carbon dioxide. So when we breathe, then only we will be inhaling oxygen, and when we inhale oxygen, that inhaled oxygen goes and mixes with the food, goes and mixes with the digested food material. So that mixing of oxygen with the digested food material, that is called as oxidation of food material. What it is called as? Oxidation of food material. So breathing is related to energy, because while breathing we inhale oxygen, okay, and when we inhale oxygen, that oxygen goes and mixes, or that is goes and adds itself with the food material. So when it adds itself with the food material, then it will release the energy, and with that energy we will be able to do our work. So basically breathing and release of energy from food, both of them are related with each other. Okay, only if we inhale oxygen when food material is not there, then with whom the oxygen will go and get mixed with. So there should be food as well as there should be oxygen. Okay, so then we will be getting the energy. So how we will be getting the energy to do out various activities, to carry out various activities? By the oxidation of food material, that is addition of oxygen to the food material. Okay, now tell me, we said ke respiration in plants, in animals animals respire, we know. Plants, that is human beings respire, we know. Now tell me, do plants respire? Do plants respire? In the plants, green parts, all the green parts, that is superficial green parts, that is the leaves which are outside, are exposed on the upper layers of, that is which are present on the superficial parts, that is which are exposed parts, that is the leaves, the green exposed parts, they perform the process of photosynthesis. When the leaves are exposed to sunlight, they perform the process of photosynthesis. But what about the other parts which are non-green in color? Because green parts will have chlorophyll in them. Green parts will have chlorophyll and chloroplast in them. So that is why they will be able to perform the process of photosynthesis. What about the other parts where chlorophyll is not present? So what they do? So green parts we say, that is which perform photosynthesis, and all the other non-green parts, for example, that is roots are there. Roots are not green in color, roots does not have chloroplast, roots does not have chlorophyll. So what about roots? So does roots perform photosynthesis? No, because they doesn't have chlorophyll, they won't be performing photosynthesis. So what will the roots do while the leaves perform the photosynthesis? What will the roots do? roots and other non-green parts of the plant, they perform respiration. They perform respiration. Okay. So, the green parts, when they are exposed to sunlight, the green leaves, when they are exposed to sunlight, now they will perform the process of photosynthesis, whereas all other non-green parts, perform the process of respiration. And when non-green parts has to perform the process of respiration, then they need food material. Okay. So, green leaves, they perform the process of photosynthesis and prepare the food material. That prepared food material will be utilized by plant as well, and it is stored for other organisms as well. So, here we said that we take vegetables, pulses, many things we get from the plants, fruits, vegetables, pulses, many things. So, we take all those things, we eat all those things. Okay. So, we are living organisms, we are eating all those things. So, plant is giving us, we are getting all those things from plants. But what about the other non-green parts of the plants? Leaves will be preparing the food material, but other parts, like we need food material, animals need food material, other parts of the plant which does not perform the process of photosynthesis, they also require food material. So, non-green parts of the plant will also be needing the food material, because they will also be performing different activities. Roots, what does roots do? Roots will take the water from the ground. Water and mineral salts from the ground, and transport it to the other parts of the plant, and for doing it, it also requires energy. So, when it requires energy, then how energy is got? When food is mixed with oxygen, then only energy will be, that is then only living organisms will be getting the energy. So, the roots and other non-green parts also require food material. So, the leaves prepare the food material by photosynthesis, and when the leaves prepare the food material, from that prepared food material, plants also will utilize for themselves. That is, plant will give the fruit, that is the leaves will prepare the food material and give to other parts, like branches are there, non-green branches are there, that is roots are there, flowers are there. So, all this requires food material. So, they give food material to them also, and they store food material in the form of fruits, vegetables and different products. So, that will be utilized by us. So, in short, plant is providing food material to themselves as well as other living organisms. So, like we all, other non-green parts also require food material. And I said you energy which we are getting, how we are getting? When food material is mixed with the oxygen. So, what happens? We eat food material, that food material will be in the form of carbohydrates. Okay. The food material will be in the form of carbohydrates. That carbohydrates need to be broken down into glucose. The carbon dioxide, that is carbohydrates, which we take in the form of food material. So, that carbohydrates are very complex molecules that need to be broken down into simpler molecules, that is glucose. So, this happens, that is breakdown of food material. Food material in the sense, what food material? Carbohydrates. We take food material in the form of carbohydrates, proteins, fats and all. So, majority of the food material is in the form of carbohydrates. So, let us say take the example of carbohydrates. We take the food in the form of carbohydrates. So, that carbohydrates are major organic compounds which needs to be broken down. It needs to be broken down to simpler molecules. So, carbohydrate is a complex molecule, it needs to be broken down into simpler molecule, that is glucose. So, this happens, that is breakdown of food materials will happen during the process of, so breakdown of food material, that is from carbohydrates to glucose. or we can even say what happens is during the cell. So, this process takes place during digestion. Okay, let us leave this process. I will give you another example. Here what happens is, so glucose is the digested food material. Now, that digested food material, that is glucose. Carbohydrates are digested in the form of glucose. So, that glucose needs to be further broken down. Okay, during digestion, the food will be broken down, the carbohydrates will be broken down into glucose, but when the cells need it, so inside the cell what happens is that glucose will also be broken down. Glucose will also be broken down into simpler compounds. Inside the cell, the glucose will be further, this is the simplest molecule, but this simplest molecule will be further broken down into more simple molecules, and here what happens, so breakdown of food material within the cell, where this breakdown of glucose is taking place inside the cell. Okay, so when glucose breaks down inside the cell, and when it gets the oxygen, it will produce the energy. When glucose is broken down into the cell, inside the cell, not into the cell, when glucose is broken down inside the cell, or when food material is broken down inside the cell to release the energy, then that process is called as cellular respiration. That process is called as cellular respiration, and the energy which is released, it will be stored or it will be trapped in a molecule, that is ATP. So, what will be synthesizing? ATP will be synthesized. What is ATP? It is just nothing but a molecule which stores the energy. When this food material breaks down into simpler molecules inside the cell, that is the energy will be released. When glucose is broken down into much simpler molecules inside the cell, then the cell, that is energy, will be released. That energy will be stored in a molecule. The energy will be stored in a molecule, that is what molecule? ATP molecule. So, this process of breakdown of food material inside the cell to release the energy so that ATP can be synthesized. So, that process is called as cellular respiration. That process is called as cellular respiration. So, plants prepare the food material by the process of photosynthesis. Plants prepare food material by the process of photosynthesis. That food material will be oxidized and energy will be released. That food material will be oxidized by the living organisms and energy will be released. So, two things. So, food material will be produced by the plants. So, here by the process of photosynthesis. So, inside the plants, where it will be taking place, in which organelle? Which organelle will be helping in the synthesis of food material? That is performing the process of photosynthesis? Chloroplast. Chloroplast is the organelle. Chloroplast is the organelle which will be helping the plants. All green parts will have chloroplast. So, chloroplast, that is cells of all green parts will have chloroplast in them. Okay, and this chloroplast will help the green parts such as leaves to perform the process of photosynthesis, and by performing the process of photosynthesis, the leaves will be preparing the food material. So, where this photosynthesis is taking place? Inside the chloroplast. So, chloroplast is the main organelle which is helping in the synthesis of food material. Okay, and this synthesized food material, with the help of the chloroplast, the food material is synthesized by process of photosynthesis, and that synthesized food material will be oxidized, that is oxidation of food material. The plants prepare food material with the help of photosynthesis. This chloroplast will prepare food material by the process of photosynthesis, and that prepared food material will be oxidized, that is oxygen is added to that food material and energy will be produced. So, where this oxidation of food material will take place? It takes place in the mitochondria. Oxidation of food material will take place in the mitochondria. It is another organelle which is present inside the cell. It is another organelle which is present inside the cell. So, two most important organelle, chloroplast, it helps in the photosynthesis, that is preparation of food material. That prepared food material will be oxidized to get energy in mitochondria. So, this mitochondria is another organelle. So, the food which is produced gives us energy. So, mitochondria will help in giving the energy and chloroplast will be helping in preparation of food material, and from that prepared food material mitochondria helps in giving the energy. So, these two are the main organelles which perform two important processes, that is photosynthesis and respiration. So, now coming to this, what actually is respiration? This breaking down of food material is taking place inside the cell. So, when it takes place inside the cell, energy is produced, we call it as cellular respiration. So, but to define what actually is meant by respiration. So, here it is the breakdown of CC bonds. CC bonds, for example, I said you food will be prepared by the plants and it will be digested. Food will be prepared in the plants and it will be stored in the form of starch. Okay. The starch which when we eat in the form of carbohydrates, when we eat in the form of carbohydrates, it will be broken down into glucose by the process of digestion. The food which we take, it is in the form of carbohydrates. Okay. So, that will be simplified by the process of digestion, that carbohydrates will be simplified, that is they will be changed into simpler molecules, that is glucose. So, what is that? Glucose is C6, that is C6H12O6. This is the formula for glucose. So, if I write how many carbons are there? 6 carbons. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, 6 carbons are joined together in a bond so that glucose can be formed. 6 carbons are joined together. So, when we break the CC bond, okay, so this breakdown of CC bonds of complex compounds, because I said you glucose is further broken down into more simpler compounds. In digestion, food material is broken down into glucose, okay, in stomach and intestine. When this glucose enters into the cell, into each and every cell, then glucose is further broken down. Glucose is further broken down into more simpler molecules. So, breakdown of CC bonds of this glucose of complex, because right now the cell, even the cell for glucose is also big molecule, complex molecule for the cell. So, that complex molecule need to be broken down so that cell can utilize it. Okay. So, what happens inside the cell? This CC bonds, that is of glucose, complex glucose molecule, will be broken down through oxidation, when oxygen is added to this now. So, when this bonds break and when oxygen is added to that one, to that broken compound, for example, this bond is broken. So, now this is one compound, this is another simple compound. So, when glucose is broken down, this was one molecule. So, this one molecule is further broken down into two molecules. So, this is now these two are the simpler molecules. This bigger one was the complex molecule. So, this complex molecule will be broken down into two smaller molecules. Then oxygen will be added to this molecule. So, when to this molecule oxygen is added, energy will be released. So, that process is called as respiration. That is breaking down of CC bonds of complex compounds through oxidation to release energy. That process is called as respiration. So what is respiration now? The breakdown of C-C bonds of complex molecule, and with the help of oxygen the energy will be released. So that whole process of breaking down of C-C bonds and adding of oxygen to it, that and release of energy, that whole process is called as respiration. The whole process is called as respiration. And the substance which is broken down, for example, this glucose was there. So glucose is being broken down. Glucose is being broken down. So the substance which is being broken down, that substance is called as respiratory substrate. The substance which is broken down is called as respiratory substrates, or the substance to which oxygen is added. The substance to which oxygen is added. So those are called as respiratory substrates, because to carbon dioxide, to proteins, to fats, these carbohydrates, proteins, fats and some inorganic salts, all of them are the examples of respiratory substrates, because carbohydrate will be broken down using oxygen, fats will be broken down, proteins will be broken down, inorganic acids will be broken down using oxygen. So all of them are the examples of respiratory substrates. All of them are the examples of respiratory substrates. So what are respiratory substrates? The substance which are broken down by the addition of oxygen. So those substances are called as respiratory substrates. An example of those substances which are breaking down with the help of oxygen is here carbohydrates, fats, proteins. So majority carbohydrates will be broken down, but sometimes fats, proteins and other organic acids also break down. But most importantly, what breaks down is carbohydrates. And here when we say plants will also respire, non-green parts also respire, and this green leaves, when they are not performing the process of photosynthesis during night, when there is no sunlight, the green leaves will also perform respiration, and throughout the day and throughout the night, that is the fruits, the flowers, the roots, all those non-green parts, they will also perform the process of respiration. Okay, but the rate of respiration is the rate of respiration in plants is very low when compared to the rate of respiration in animals and human beings. In our body, the rate of respiration is very high, but the rate of respiration in plants is very less, because the requirement of energy is very less in plants. The requirement of energy is very less in the plant. So because if less energy is required, then rate of respiration will also be less, because the respiration is the only process which is giving us the energy, because the food, when it mixes with oxygen, then only energy we will be getting. So how it will be mixed with the oxygen? By the process of respiration, the oxygen goes inside the body and mixes with the food, oxidizes the food and give us the energy. So basically it is the respiration process which is giving us the energy, and the plants will not perform many such, that is not many activities, a little excretion, little respiration, little their energy needs are not much, but our energy needs are more. We do a lot of work, we exercise, we do many work, okay, from morning to evening and from evening to, that is, we do a lot of work. Even animals, they move from here and there, they bark, they go, they won't be at any place, at one place for a long time. So they require energy. So the energy needs of animals and human beings is more when compared to plants, because if energy rate is more, then the respiration rate is also more in plants, that is animals and human beings, and energy utilization is very less in plants. So that is why the rate of respiration is also less in plants. So when we say, when this that is glucose is broken down, so how glucose is broken down? With the usage of oxygen, with the addition of oxygen. By addition of oxygen, glucose is broken down, and when glucose breaks down, now what we get? The most importantly, when by using of oxygen the food is broken down, then we get carbon dioxide, water and energy. Along with this energy, we also get carbon dioxide, that is carbon dioxide will be released and water is also formed. During the process of respiration, oxygen is utilized, carbon dioxide is released and water is also formed along with lots and lots of energy. So, in the next class we will see what are the different types of respiration and the steps of respiration.